Hello everyone, welcome back. Nash Rathbone here again. As I'm sure you know by now, I happen to like tools and other things. This is just a few of my pliers that I've collected over the years. This one being one of the oldest. My father, late father now, bought me this set back in sometime in the mid 1970s, I think. So they're quite old now, and I've picked these ones up. I've used these ones for work at some point in the late 70s. As you can see, they're covered in like welding spatter. And this set I got from my late father-in-law. Anyway, yesterday morning, Saturday it was, we were in town and I decided I was going to take a look at the tool stall, because there's this little tool stall on the market there and he has some interesting kit. Anyway, going through the stall, I came across this little box he had on there for anything for £1, and I found this. It is a very small pair of AmTech pliers, and as you can see they're quite badly corroded. Now I'm not sure whether it's the metal that these are made from that is corroded, or whether it was sat in something, you know, mild steel that would corrode and it's covered in it. I'm not sure yet, but they do actually work. They're a little stiff, but they do actually work. And as I say, this was in a box marked anything for £1, so I thought to myself, let's take a look at how much they are brand new and clean and fully working. And they were actually, they wanted £2 for a brand new set, you know, nice clean set. So I thought £1. So I grabbed them up and I went to the guy who owned the stall and I said, what's the best offer you could do on these pliers from the £1 box? And he said, what would you like to pay? So I said 50p. So I said, go on in, yeah, you can have it, sir, go on in. So I thought, great. So I got these little fellas for 50p. As I say, they are, they do look corroded. I'm not sure whether it's these that are corroded or whatever, but let's just have a closer look at them, shall we, guys? Right, as you can see, they are a very small pair of combination pliers. They look like they're heavily corroded. This is something we will find out in a moment or two. As I say, they do actually work. They're very stiff. These little tie wraps here, we're holding it obviously onto the little card backing that you get with tools, you know, which gives you the little barcode and what have you, and the information, the manufacturer's information on it. Everything else is alright about them. Look, the little rubber sleeves over the handles are quite nice. It's just what's going on here. So I think what we'll have to do is we'll have to get let's get some snips and get these little tie wraps off, shall we, guys? Right, let's see if we can shift these little tie wraps here. That's one of them. And that's the second one, so that's alright then. So what we'll have to do, I think, it's just, yeah, you can see the, they do actually work, guys. I think what we'll have to do is take these down to the workshop and get a wire brush very carefully at work and some steel wool on them, I think. So let's wander down to the workshop. Now, down in my collection of tools somewhere, I actually happen to have a very futuristic pair of combination pliers that I believe were made by Elliot Lucas, and I picked those up sometime late 70s, very early 80s. Where they are now I don't know, but I'm going to try and dig them out and then I can show you guys. Anyway, here we have the little pliers. I've got this little small wire brush here and some steel wool courtesy of my late father. I've got quite a bunch of it going on here, and you can actually do something quite interesting with wire wool and a battery, but that's something we'll be trying later on, guys, not today I don't think. Right, let's have a look, see what we can do with the will it come off? Of course, after getting the rust off of this as well, we're going to have to put some oil in the joint here. So we'll soon find out whether it's the pliers that have corroded or something they were sat on or around. You know, they might have been in a tin that got soaking wet and got corrosion all over the place. Sat in rusty, sort of rusty water. They're cleaning up quite nicely already, guys, actually. Let's get in there and clean the teeth out. I need a toothbrush, really. Right, let's have a quick look at it. Right, and so as you can see, it's beginning to look better already. Look, guys. Let's get back to work on them. This is actually a little brass wire brush, but it seems to be doing the job quite well. So I just got to get in there and get the rust out from inside it. But I don't think for one moment it's actually the pliers corroding, because I would have thought they were stainless steel, to be honest with you. They've been made of stainless steel, which would have been the obvious thing to make them from, wouldn't it? Get in there a bit. I am just waiting on an Amazon delivery. I've got a Now TV box on the way, so if you hear the doorbell go, I'll have to rush off, guys. Right, let's get some of the steel wool going on it, shall we, guys? See what we can do. See if it'll bring it up nicely. I'm going to get little bits of steel wool all over the place now. Look, there we go. Starting to pile up, look. Gets everywhere, this stuff does. Don't particularly want it in my skin, thank you. Wow, bringing it up quite nicely actually. I've got a little bit of small piece of emery paper here. Give that a go. It might fetch it up even better, guys, to be honest with you. Not doing too bad. Not too shabby then. Yep, she's coming along very nicely now, guys. Looking very smart, much better. Got all the rust off of it. And destroyed a piece of, look at the state of it. Destroyed a piece of emery cloth in the, or paper as it is now, in the process, but just look at the difference, guys. Not too bad at all. So all we've got to take care of now is this rather stiff action here. Now, as long as I can remember, my father always had a can of 3-in-1 oil in his garage, and funnily enough, this is the last one that he ever bought. Right, let's see if we can't introduce some 3-in-1 oil into the hinge. Put some that side. It's a bit thick, this stuff. I'm sure we can get it to go in there. Just work it in a little bit. As you can see, it's starting to free it up quite nicely, guys. Nearly, we're getting there, look. Just a gentle push to open it now. And before long, we'll have it working as it should do. In fact, have we got it? Nearly. Right then, so having spent a few minutes working the oil in, look at that, guys. They work a treat now. Brilliant. I think what I'm going to do now is just going to wipe them over entirely with some 3-in-1 on this cloth here, I think. But that's pretty damn good, is that, look. Back to how they should be, guys. Yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. Fantastic. Look at that. I mean, obviously they're not as good as they would be with a clean pair, but they're still going to do for what I want them to do, guys. So I guess we ought to see if they work now then, guys. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, they cut 3202 quite nicely, look. Very nice. Very pleased with them then for 50p. Right, so there we go then guys, with a few moments work, a little bit of oil, and 50p, I've got myself a very nice little small pair of combination pliers. I've only got large ones at the moment, or did have until I got these ones, and these are going to be fine for me now guys. I mean, they still look a bit messy, but I'm not going to worry about it. They work and they'll do what I want them to do now, so they can disappear into my little small toolbox down there in the garage, and I shall make use of them in the future then. Not too shabby at all then. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this little review or video here, whichever you like, of sorting these little pliers out. If you did, please feel free to subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring the little bell too, giving you channel updates, because I'm usually uploading stuff like 2 or 3 times a week sometimes. And when I'm not at work, then I'll probably do it even more. You can share it with your friends, and you can also click like, especially if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to keep an eye out what I'm doing on Instagram as well. You'll have seen these pliers on Instagram if you already signed up down there. And keep an eye out at the end of the review for my support card, and you can find out several ways you can support the channel. Right then guys, 50p pliers off the market stall. Pretty good bargain as far as I'm concerned guys. What I'll do is I'll try and find those futuristic looking pliers for you, and I'll bring you them along at some future date if I can find them again. I have found them here, but I don't know where they've gone. They've disappeared off again. Alright then guys, thanks for popping over. Thanks for taking a look at these little pliers here, and I'll catch you here again soon then. Bye!
Ruff, ruff.